think for women, it's important to be in tune with yourself and recognize what you need. So for me, that tipping point was after I had my son and we got pregnant with our daughter. I knew that the capacity that which I was working, I was at a PR agency. It was 24/7. From the moment I woke up, I was checking email, to the moment I went to bed, I was checking email, responding to clients. And I knew that I couldn't sustain at that level with 2 kids and have the quality of life that I wanted. And so I knew that I was going to need to get a different job because I still wanted to work outside the home. I was fortunate enough to find a job that I could leave the work at work.
I envy that you could go to work and then at 5 your work is done. Because, you know, it seems like working from home for mom would be the best of both worlds, but I sometimes feel like it's the worst of both worlds because you're trying to work with children around and then you're never done.
And then people think you're home so you can be daycare.
I would say that my partner at the time, my ex-husband, he wasn't really supportive of me. He felt like the role was to work, yes, but what you're doing is kind of like a hobby. It's playtime for you. And when I had opportunities to travel and things, my mom was my support system, and she would come and help me with the child care, because that, again, was my role in the house.
It was fairly easy when she was smaller and she napped, because I could balance working when she was sleeping. Now that she's 3 and does not nap anymore, it's really difficult to try to fit that into my days.
Like, I get up at 5 every morning so that I can have time for myself before my kids wake up, before my husband wakes up, so that I can write and I can do things that I'm passionate about, so that I'm more filled up, so that then when they come downstairs or they're crying for mommy, I have had that time for myself.
Son, please just give me 2 minutes. Mom, but I just want to watch SpongeBob. Son, mommy just need 5 minutes to make this money. Please. You know, so I understand, because that was the thing for me. He's older, he's 5, but he still wanted to talk to mommy, and I'm like, no, mommy has a conference call now. So yeah, that is one of the drawbacks.
You're kinder than me, because this is going to sound terrible. When they were littler, I had a little note, and the note said, you need to be dying or bleeding to interrupt me. One day my son was bleeding, and he comes in and he has this huge bloody nose, and I'm like,
Mom.
I go, okay, that's legitimate. I'll get off the phone for that.
So what's different for me is I always have my son. So if I'm gonna take a call, it's I will only talk to people that I preemptively schedule that know that I have a 3-year-old.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So
That's really
That's a good
great.
tip.
it's kind of weird. So if I go, but I've had to not work with different companies or do different gigs because I'm like, just so you know, my sidekick is coming.
Right.
He's 3 and he's kind of like a wild chimpanzee that doesn't have good like conversational skills. So that's what we're bringing. And he can't cage him. So he's just here free range.
But he thinks everything is about him. That's the only child syndrome.
Right, and I have an only too, so
I have an only too.
Oh, so we're
Okay.
all in the
So you
same
ready to
club.
go? You only can trick me once. That's all. It'll only be one child. No more. That's it. I'm done. Listen.